Hey everybody, it's Ebony again, and today my topic is vegetarianism. We're going to be looking deeper into being a vegetarian and what it entails, the different types of vegetarianism, and some of the healthy alternatives and the benefits. Now, this topic is fun to me because I am currently a vegetarian. I've been a vegetarian on and off for a couple of years now, and it's added so many benefits for me, but it's also fun to share with people, the deeper look into it and what it is to be vegetarian. So, the definition of vegetarian is no meats. That includes dairy, or I'm sorry, not dairy. That includes fish, beef, pork, any kinds of things like that. Now, there are subcategories of vegetarianism, which I'll get to in a little bit, that don't include dairy and it doesn't include any animal products whatsoever. The first thing I'll discuss are the types of vegetarians. Now, the first one that I have had experience with would be a pescatarian. Now, technically, pescatarians are not full blown vegetarians. They're individuals who decide to follow a vegetarian diet, but they do incorporate fish into their diets as well. So these people still, like I said, follow the diet, but they are fish eaters. The second type is lacto, which is vegetarians that do not eat eggs, but they do consume dairy products. And I know this has a lot to do sometimes with religions where the consumption of eggs is against their religion, but they still do eat dairy products. Going from there, there's also ovo vegetarians. And those vegetarians prefer not to eat meat as well or any dairy products, but they do eat eggs. So this would be vegetarians who are lactose intolerant or have some sort of intolerance to dairy products. The third type is flexitarians. Now, once again, these vegetarians are technically not vegetarians because most of the time they do follow a vegetarian diet, but they do not always follow this diet. Sometimes they will indulge in meats and dairies and they kind of go off of the normal vegetarian or the what the definition of vegetarianism is. The fourth one would be vegan, and that is the consumption of all fruits and vegetables. They do not eat any animal products, anything that has to do with animals, or anything that has been processed using animal products, they will not eat. The last type of vegetarian is raw vegan slash raw food vegetarian, and these individuals tend to eat like regular vegans, but they do not eat cooked food. So it's all raw, it's all fresh, it's all uncooked or anything that is not cooked above 115 degrees Fahrenheit. And these individuals usually choose this choice because they feel like cooking your food takes away some of the nutritional value, and that's really important to them not to miss out on that. Which brings me to the point of why some people decide to go vegetarian. Now, for myself, I decided to go vegetarian because I thought it was time to kind of focus on the more healthier alternatives to meat. But I know a lot of vegetarians go vegetarian for various reasons. The first one being health. And some people do this because of foodborne illnesses and the risks that come along with eating meat. There tends to be a higher risk for foodborne illnesses when you do consume meat. According to the CDC, 76 million cases were reported within a year of people getting sick and about 5,000 deaths in the United States alone. Also, people like to avoid chemicals, and some of the time there are chemicals and pesticides in the meats that we do consume. The next would be energy. Usually, when you are consuming too many fats, your arteries kind of aren't working properly. So it's hard for the muscles to get oxygen. And so when there's lack of oxygen, then you feel fatigue and lag and slow. So that could be some of the reasons why. There's also the environment. A lot of people don't like the pollution that's caused by some of the animal facilities and the factories where they're, you know, spraying pesticides and plowing and fertilizing and all of that other stuff. And the last, most popular one, I would say, running into people that I know that are vegetarians, would be the well being of animals. A lot of the times people just don't like the idea of it. And I won't get too into it because I know it could kind of creep people out a little bit, but just some of the things that are done to the animals, and a lot of the times how their living environments are very uncomfortable. So people just, don't like that for the animals. So vegetarian isn't necessarily for everyone. Some people enjoy it, some don't. Some go on it, like myself, and some come off of it, kind of go through the back and forth process of it all, or slow progression into vegetarianism. But it's just kind of a fun thing to try if you're interested. There are definitely some benefits, like lower risk of heart disease and better heart health when you kind of cut down those red meats, which contain saturated fats and all that other stuff. And it's easy to be a vegetarian. It's become such a popular thing nowadays that it's everywhere. You can easily go to restaurants and you can easily, pick things off the menu. So it's just kind of an easy thing to do. And some healthy alternatives to eating meat that are out there make it a lot easier to be vegetarian, but using products that aren't necessarily dairy but still yummy. So instead of using animal products, there's meat substitutes like tofu and tempeh, and those are really good, especially to me. There's also dairy substitutes, which are just like rice milk and almond milk and, soy milk and all that other stuff that you can kind of try in different ingredients and stuff. And you still get all your proteins and all your fats through, beans and all sorts of nuts and oils and hummus and lentils and things like that. So there's an array of different types of fun vegetarian items to try and all of that great stuff. And so just going over some of the things I mentioned, vegetarianism is basically the individuals cutting out all sorts of meat. And also, there's different subcategories of vegetarianism, and some of them include cutting out all animal products altogether. Also, I kind of hit on the topics of, like, the benefits of being a vegetarian and what it can do for you. And also, vegetarianism comes in all sorts of different shapes and sizes. But once again, it's not for everyone, but I hope everyone got a full, informative idea about vegetarianism, and you learned a few things, and hopefully you can go share it with all your friends and family who maybe happen to be vegetarians, and you guys can talk about it and some fun facts you hopefully learned today. So thank you so much and have a great day.